Hello all. Welcome to Composition 2, Asynchronous Online with a focus on social work. What this class is it's like a normal Composition 2 class, but the main focus is going to be towards the kinds of writing and reading that people in the social work community do. If you're not in social work, this class will still function as a pretty good Composition 2 class. But if you are in social work, then this will be very focused on the kind of writing that you're actually going to do in the future. It's designed by the head of our department in English, Dr. Sanborn, who you will see later, as well as the same social work professors that you will be taking later on when you go up to the upper level classes. So because of that, this class is a lot more effective at teaching people in your specific group who can come out of here and have a lot more knowledge about what they're doing when they go into those classes. So what we're going to look at today is I'm going to go through some important pieces of information that might not actually be covered in a lot of the tutorial stuff that we have here. Let's see. So first of all, very important, don't try to cheat in this class. Every year there's somebody that does. The thing is, like, there's a lot of technology now that can catch you, and if you are caught cheating in here, then you'll receive a 0 for the course. So using someone else's paper, using someone else's words and trying to pass them off as your own, using an old paper, any of those can get you in a lot of trouble. And it has to get by the software, and it has to get through me. It probably won't do both of those. Yeah, so that will get you a 0 for the course if you do that, so don't do it. The other thing that can get you a 0 very fast is not participating. Most of the course is done through the discussion board, and later on you'll see a video by Dr. Sanborn explaining how the discussion board works. It's a little complicated. You have to post 3 times a week, and the weeks are a little strange in this class. But that is basically our classroom, and all of the energy and all of the learning that happens in this class happens through there. So that's the reason I'm being strict about this. That's the main part of the class, and if you're not posting there or turning something in for an entire week, then you'll lose a letter grade. The exception to that rule is if you're really sick or something, and you will just need to bring me a doctor's note for that. But otherwise, there's not a lot of good excuses for not participating in the class. You can take this class at 3 in the morning on your phone if you have to. So make sure that you're keeping up with the discussion board and you're participating. Let's see. Speaking of things not to do, the last one is the book. You don't have to buy the books. This is the books. This is what they look like. And you don't have to buy them because you have already paid for them. They're covered by your fees that you paid to the college whenever you paid for this class. So all you have to do is you should have gotten an email that said that your books are ready and asking you where to send them to. You just have to give them your address, and they will take them right. They'll bring them right to your house. You've rented them. You haven't bought them. So you'll have to turn them in at the end of the year. This is our main writing book that we'll look at. It has a lot of examples. It has a lot of stuff about the different assignments. And this is a book full of writing exercises we will use throughout the year to make ourselves better writers. Okay, so you may be looking at this giant Blackboard page with all these different tabs and stuff and wondering what you're supposed to do next. Well, most of the time what you want to do is when you come to Blackboard, you come here and you click Course Units. And this is where you're going to go to find whatever it is we're doing that week. When I click on this, it's going to open up all of these different units that we have for every single week. And the first ones that you're going to do this week are these 2 right here. So if if you click the Getting Started one here, it will give you this introduction, this video. As you go through this one, you're gonna, by the way, you need to definitely do this whole unit because it's going to show you how the class works. This one's going to talk about how the discussion board works. It's going to talk about how some of the assignments work, more about what the class is for. There's more about that here. There's a introduction to who I am here with my email and everything. There's links to the textbooks. There is the syllabus, some assignment overviews. These are the rubrics and explanations of how each of the major assignments works. And so you can go through those and see how they are constructed. This is a link to the OLU library, which is the main way that we're going to be doing a lot of research this year. And then once you get to the bottom here, this part is always going to have a link to the discussion board. So if you just click right here, this will take you to the discussion board for this unit. Normally we only do one unit, but this time, since we're learning about the class, we're doing two. So click here, it will take us to the discussion board. If you can't figure out how to get there from there, you just also can just go to where it says discussion board on the side. And so when you get here, there's a syllabus Q&A and there is a hello post. If you have any questions about the class, you'll post that here in syllabus Q&A. If to introduce yourself to the rest of the class, go to the hello post and just tell us about yourself. So that's the first unit you're going to do this week. If we go back to units over here, we can look also at week 1. So this is the academic part of this week, where you're going to read some of the chapters and you're going to actually answer some questions about it. So if we go here and see, this one doesn't have as many tabs. There's still some more explanation about how to do this part of the course. There are some assignments in here. This is showing you the books and which chapters to read. You're going to read chapter 1 of this book and chapter 10 of, or chapter 9 rather. Oops, I need to change that. Chapter 9 of Easy Writer. And then you're going to go on and learn about the library page, and then you're going to go to the discussion forum. And again, you'll just click up here to go to the discussion, and you'll go through each one of these and then answer each one. Each one, these will usually just be discussions that we'll have. I'll be asking a question about something in the book, something open-ended, and you'll be expected to write a post building on that. Some of the other ones will be actual assignments that you'll do, where you'll have a short assignment that you have to complete and turn in. So yeah, I'll break this down really quickly. The way the discussion works is that on the first 3 days of the week, you're expected to go through and respond to every one of these discussion posts. So the first 3 days of the week are Saturday, Sunday, and Monday for us, because of how the weeks work in this class. So between Saturday morning and Monday night, you have to go through, you have to read all the chapters, go through all the units, and then answer questions for each one of these. Then the rest of the week is where you respond to your peers. You can start doing that in the first 3 days if people have already responded. But the idea is to have the last part of the week be the part where we're talking to each other and building on what each other has said. So yeah, you'll go in and you'll respond to various different posts. The idea is that you post 8 times a week, 8 quality posts a week in APA format with good spelling and adding something to the conversation. That's the most important thing. If you're just going through and you're saying well said or good post or something like that, you're not going to get points for that. You need to be building on whatever your peers have said. You need to be building on whatever I've said and having something thoughtful to say. You also need to make sure that you're reading everything that everyone says on these. So it's a lot of reading. It's supposed to be that you actually work a lot harder in this class than you would in an in-person class because of all of the reading and conversation that you do. So, yeah, that's what you're doing this week. You're reading those 2 chapters, and you're going through each one of these and responding to them. You're also going through, again, the Getting Started unit, reading all of these, watching Dr. Sanborn's video, reading over the syllabus, figuring out how to get your textbooks, and also responding to the Getting Started posts. So the syllabus Q&A, if you have questions, even if you're not sure what your questions are yet, just try to ask ones here that you have, and introducing yourself here. Yeah, I'm going to leave these open for the rest of the year. If you have other questions about the syllabus that you think everyone might have, you can ask those there, and I will check it every week. Is that everything? I think that's everything. Okay, guys. Oh, yes. I will post the chapters on this announcement. It is in this announcement at the very bottom. If you check, you can find these chapters if you don't have the book yet. So I'll do that for the first 2 weeks, and then after that you'll be expected to have the book. Alright, if you have any questions, put them in this post here, the Q&A for the syllabus. I'll see you all later this week.